Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm not ranking watches based on specs on paper, not based on brand names, and definitely not based on hype. This top 5 is based on living with these watches, wearing them daily, adjusting the bracelets, noticing what feels solid and what feels cheap over time. All 5 watches here are good watches, but they don't make sense at first glance. They only start to make sense after weeks on the wrist. So this is not best specs for the price, this is which ones actually stay on your wrist. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, Seagull Ocean Series. I'll be honest, the watch impressed me but it didn't surprise me. Seagull knows how to build movements, and the ST2130 is the reason this watch even exists in the list. I'm not going to read specs to you, you can check all the technical details in the description. What matters in real life is this wearing experience. This is a big watch. 44mm sounds scary on paper, but the proportions are handled well. On the wrist, it feels solid, heavy, reassuring, not elegant, not playful, serious. You always feel it's there, and that's exactly what some people want from a diver. The movement, why this watch exists. The ST2130 is a high beat movement, smooth sweep, stable timekeeping. If this exact movement had a Swiss name on it, the watch would cost 3 or 4 times more. And yes, accuracy in daily use is impressive for this price level. Build quality, where it's strong, where it's not. The case finishing is genuinely good, no sharp edges. That looks better in person than in photos, but this is where honestly matters. The bezel is usable, not great. The clasp does the job, but doesn't feel premium. Bracelet lacks the refinement you get from newer micro brands. Nothing is bad, but nothing here feels special either. Long-term reality. This is the kind of watch that feels amazing the first week, still feels solid after months, but slowly reminds you it's built to a price. It doesn't age badly, it just doesn't evolve emotionally. You respect it more than you love it. Why it's number 5? Because it's technically strong, but emotionally it stays a tool. A very good tool, just not the one I keep reaching for. Why should buy this watch? Buy this watch if you want a real mechanical diver, you care about the movement more than finishing details, you want maximum engineering per dollar. Skip it if bracelet quality matters a lot to you, you want modern microbrands refinement, you care about small daily comfort details. Final thought on number 5. The watch doesn't try to impress you, it simply shows up every day and does its job. That's respectable, but now let's move to a watch that does more with less. Number 4, Steeldive SD1970. This watch is simple to understand, and that's exactly why it works. The Steeldive SD1970 is not trying to be clever, it's not trying to impress collectors, it's not pretending to be something it's not. It's a tool watch built with one clear goal: survive daily abuse and keep going. First impression on the wrist. This watch feels short and chunky. On paper, the case looks big. On the wrist, it actually wears smaller than expected. Because short lock to lock, rounded case shape, no sharp transitions. It hugs the wrist instead of sitting on top of it. This is one of those watches that looks awkward in photos, but suddenly makes sense the moment you wear it. The movement choice and why it matters. Let's be real. The NH35 is not exciting, it's not refined, it's not beautiful, but it's reliable, and that's the point. You don't think about it, you don't baby it, you don't worry about it. You wear it, that's it. For a watch in this category, that's the correct choice. Build quality, honest, not fancy. This is where Steeldive surprises people. Sapphire crystal does its job, ceramic bezel looks good for the price, case finishing is clean and consistent. But the bracelet, let's not lie to ourselves. This is where cost cutting is abused. The bracelet is fine, the clasp works, but it feels like the weakest part of the watch. Not terrible, just clearly where the budget went. Daily use reality. This is a watch you stop thinking about after day 3. You knock it on doors, you wear it in the rain, you forget it's on your wrist. And when you check the time, it's still there, still working. That's the magic of this watch. No emotional attachment, no honeymoon phase, just consistency. What it does better than number 5? Compared to the Seagull, more comfortable on smaller wrist, better bezel action, less dressy, more honest. But it lacks the movement, refinement and prestige of the SD2130. Why is number 4? Because it's extremely good at one thing, being a daily beater. But it doesn't invite interaction, it doesn't pull you in, it doesn't make you look twice. You respect it, you don't fall in love with it. Who this watch is for? Buy this if you want a worry-free mechanical watch, you care about durability over refinement, you want something you can wear it anywhere. Skip it if bracelet quality matters to you, you want visual depth or dial details, you enjoy interacting with your watch. Final thought on number 4. The Steeldive SD1970 is the watch you grab when you don't want to sing, and sometimes that's exactly what you want. Number 3. Seestern SUB600T version 3. This is the first watch on this list that feels properly designed, not just assembled. The Seestern Sub600T version 3 is where you stop saying for the price it's good and start saying this is just good. First wrist impression. This watch immediately feels balanced, not heavy, not light, not top heavy. Everything feels centered. The case shape is compact. The 40mm size actually matters here, and the lock to lug is perfect for daily wear. This is one of those watches that disappears under wrist but still feels solid. That's not easy to achieve. Design that actually works. Yes, it's inspired. Yes, you know what is references. But here's the difference. It doesn't feel like a copy, it feels like finished product. Dial layout is clean, hands are readable at a glance, indices are well sized, bezel alignment is sharp, nothing screams for attention, nothing feels random, everything has a reason. The bezel and interaction. This is where Seestern quietly beats cheaper competitors. The ceramic bezel turns cleanly, clicks consistently, aligns properly. You don't fight it, you don't adjust twice, it just works, and that's matter more than people admit. Movement NH35 done right. Same movement as Steeldive, very different experience. Why? Because regulation, case tolerance, and assembly matter. This watch feels smoother in daily use, more consistent, more predictable. You stop checking accuracy because it earns your trust. Bracelet and comfort. This is one of the better bracelets in this price range. Comfortable articulation, no sharp edges, feels intentional. Is it luxury? No. Is it good enough that you don't rush to replace it? Yes. And that already puts it ahead of many competitors. Where it beats number 4 and number 5. Compared to Steeldive, better proportions, better finishing, better wrist comfort. Compared to Seagull, more wearable daily, better balance, less bulk. This is the first watch on the list that feels designed for daily life, not specs. Where it still falls short. Let's be honest, lume is good, not insane. Movement is reliable, not exciting. No emotional wow moment. It earns respect slowly, not instantly. Why is number 3? Because it's the most complete daily diver so far. Not the most rugged, not the most technical, not the most romantic, but it's easiest to live with. And that's a big deal. Who this watch is for? Buy this if comfort matters more than specs, you want a clean daily diver, you hate oversized watches. Skip it if you want a statement piece, you want visible mechanical drama, you want complications. Final thought on number 3. This is the watch you stop reviewing and just start wearing. It means it did its job. Number 2. Berny AM050M. This watch does something brave. It doesn't try to compete with divers, it doesn't try to look sporty, it doesn't try to be safe. Instead, it shows identity. And that's why it's number 2. First impression. The moment you put this on, you know it's a different category. Caution shaped case, Roman numerals, power reserve indicators, calendar complications. This is not a watch you wear to forget about it. This is a watch you notice how it wears in real life. Despite the size on paper, it wears better than expected. Why? Shorter effective lock length, curved case profile, good weight balance. It sits flat, it feels stable, but let's be clear. This is not a slim watch. It has presence. You feel it, and that's intentional. The movement Miyota 9110 changes everything. This is the biggest technical jump in the entire list. The Miyota 9110 is high bit, very stable, extremely reliable, and the complications layout actually makes sense. The power reserve is not decoration, you use it. The calendar works cleanly, the movement feels confident. This is a movement you trust long term. Dial and details where Berny wins. The dial has depth, texture in center, clean separation of complications, blue hands that catch light subtly. It's not flashy, but it's thoughtful. You keep discovering small details instead of being overwhelmed at once. The weak spot, let's be honest, the strap. Out of the box is the weakest part of the watch. It works, but it doesn't match the quality of the head. Most people end up changing it, and once you do, the watch jumps to another level. Compared to number 3, against the Seestern. Less versatile, less sporty, but far more interesting. This watch has character, and character is always beats neutrality in the long run. Why is number 2? Because this is the first watch on the list that feels personal, expressive, intentional. It's not for everyone, but for the right person it becomes a favorite. Who this watch is for? Buy this if you want something different, you enjoy mechanical interaction, you wear watches as a part of your style. Skip it if you want a daily beater, you prefer sporty design, you don't like visual complexity. Final thought on number 2. This watch doesn't try to please everyone, and that's exactly why it works. Alright, now let's talk about number 1. Sugess SD1970 Chronograph. This is the watch that stays with you, not because it's perfect, not because it's cheap, but because nothing else here feels this complete. First movement on the wrist, the watch feels special immediately, not loud, not flashy, just intentional. The proportions are light, the dial has depth, and the case has presence without being aggressive. You don't wear this watch by accident, you choose it. The movement, this is the heart of the watch. The SD1970 is the reason this watch is number 1. This is a real mechanical chronograph, not a module, not a shortcut. Hand wind, column wheel, Swan neck regulator visible through the case back. You interact with it, you wind it, you start the chronograph just to feel the click. The connection matters. Dial execution, where Sugess win. The dial is not just decorative. The chronograph layout is logical, the moon phase adds character without clutter, printing is sharp, depth is real, not painted. You can look at this watch for minutes and still find something new. That doesn't happen with tool watches. Wearing it daily, let's be honest, this is not a grab and go watch. You need to wind it, you need to treat it with some respect. You don't bang it on door frames, but in return it gives you something the others don't. Emotion. Strap reality. Out of the box, the strap is okay. They're reusable, they're not premium, but the moment you swap the strap, this watch jumps into another category. That's important to understand. compared to entire list. Compared to Berny, less practical, far more engaging. Compared to Seestern, less versatile, way more personality. Compared to Steeldive and Seagull, different universe. This isn't a tool, this isn't a beater. This is a watch you bound with. Why is number one? Because this is the only watch here that makes you slow down, makes you interact, makes you care. Specs don't do that, price doesn't do that. Design, movement, intention does. Who this watch is for? Buy this if you love mechanical watches, you enjoy winding and interacting, you want something that feels personal. Skip it if you want zero maintenance, you need a daily beater, you don't care about movements. Here the truth. All 5 watches are good, they serve different people. Number 5 Seagull, technical strengths, tool first mindset. Number 4 Steeldive, durability and zero stress. Number 3 Seestern, balance and daily comfort. Number 2 Berny, character and mechanical confidence. Number 1 Sugess, emotion, interaction and soul. This list is not about value, it's about which watch stays on your wrist. And for me, the one that makes the most sense is the one that makes me slow down. If you're only buying a watch to tell time, any of these will work. But if you're buying a watch because you enjoy wearing watches, you already know which one is number one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next one.